Good day, students. Today we will be looking at November 2021, paper 2, question 4. So it says, in the diagram, a circle centered at N, which has the coordinates of -1 to 3, passes through, so my circle passes through A and C. We have a point B, C, D, and E are joined to form a parallelogram. Okay, so this is my parallelogram, such that BE is parallel to the x-axis and CD is a tangent to the circle. They also give us that CD is equal to 6 units. So the first question says write down the length of the radius of the circle. So they said it passes through A and N is my center. So that length in terms of y will give me the radius. So my y value is there, it's going from 3 to -1. So 4.1 radius is going to be equal to my y values. So 3 minus -1 is equal to 4 units. Okay. The next one says calculate the coordinates of C. Okay, so I already can tell that the x value of C is going to be the same as N. Okay, because CD is perpendicular to CN because we know it's a tangent. Okay, so 4.2.1 CD is perpendicular to CN. So the coordinates of C, we know that the x value is going to be -1. And how am I going to calculate the y value? So from N to A, we said there's a difference of 4 units. So we just need to work in the opposite direction now. From 3 going up, we need to add 4 units. So it's going to be 7. So -1, 7. And it's correct in terms of our y-axis. Let me erase all of this to avoid any confusion. So we can write in our C coordinates, which is -1 and 7. Okay, the next question says the coordinates of D. Now they tell us 6 units. So that makes it very easy for us. You just add 6 units to your C. Okay, finding the coordinates of D. We already found the coordinates for C, so we just have to add 6 units to it. So 4.2.2. So my Cx value is -1 plus 6 is going to give me 5. And then 7 plus 6 is going to give me... Oh, 7 is... We're not going to add 6 because it's within the same... It's on the same y line, so we know it's going to be 7. We just have to add 6 units to my x value. So the coordinates of D is going to be 5, which makes sense because it's sitting on a positive part of the x-axis, and it remains as 7. Okay. Next, we need to find the area of triangle BCD. Okay. So the height of that is going to be from C to B, which we can calculate. So now we're looking at 4.2.3. The height from B to C, so it's from 2 to 7, so the height is going to be 5 units. Okay, so my perpendicular height of this triangle is 5 units. And we know that DC is 6 units, it's given to us. So I can calculate the area of triangle BCD is equal to half of my base times my height, which is going to be half of 6 times 5, and that is going to give me 15 units squared. Don't forget to add in that squared. the previous questions were all 3 marks, and I wanted to emphasize that when finding the coordinates of C, if you couldn't realize that from n to a was 4 units and you had to add 4 to the n going up, and you only got the -1, you would have gotten 1 mark at least. So you get a mark for your x and your y value for each of those questions. For this question, you get a mark for the height, you get a mark for substitution into the area formula, and a mark for your answer. Okay. Okay, the next question says, a circle centered at n is reflected about the line y is equal to x. M is now the new center which is formed. The 2 circles intersect at A and F. Calculate the length of NM. Okay, so I think firstly we need to understand this line of reflection. So when something reflects about the line y is equal to x, the values get reflected. So for M, the values, the center of the circle is going to be 3, -1, because it's reflecting. Basically my y and x values are being reflected because this is now a reflection of n -1, 3. Okay, so to find now my mn, I'm going to use both my values of m and. To find mn, I'm going to use both my values of m and n, which means I'm going to use distance formula. So -3 -1, those brackets squared, plus -1 minus 3 squared equals 2. So if you put this into your calculator, we're going to get √32, which is equal to 5.66 units. Okay, that was a 3-mark question. M, knowing to use distance formula, and your answer. Okay, the next question says they want the midpoint of AF. Okay, now remember we have a new circle which is centered at M. M is 3, -1. Okay, so it's going to be sitting around somewhere here. Okay, so I think the easiest way, 3, -1, so it's going to be sitting somewhere here. So I think the easiest way to do this question is to actually visualize and draw it on an axis. Okay, so I said that n was around here. So I said n was at 3 and -1. Okay, A was -1, -1. F was situated here, which was 3, 3, because it had the same coordinates there, and we got M to be 3, -1, so the same as A. Okay, so essentially it creates a square. N has the same y coordinates as F, N has the same x coordinates as A has the same y coordinates as M has the same. Let's draw it out so actually you can see it. But my coordinates of F is 3, 3. Coordinates of M, same 3, but now it's -1. A also has a -1, but it is -1, -1. And N is -1 and 3. So essentially we have created a square. And the question asks us to find the midpoint of AF, which is very easy to do because we have the coordinates of both. So midpoint of AF, midpoint formula, so -1 plus 3 over 2, my y value -1 plus 3 over 2 is going to be +1, positive 1. Okay, this was a 4-mark question for actually not much information. If you use this method, 1 mark for the square, 1 mark for your x and y, and finding the midpoint. Okay, I hope this made sense, and if you have any questions, please do let me know.